Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share a layout that I created using my Counterfeit Kit Challenge kit from September 2020. Now the inspiration came from the Felicity Jane blog, and that's what the basis of my papers are Felicity Jane. I had gone through there, and because the original paper kit that I pulled was called Shay, I went to their blog, popped in Shay to the inspiration or the search bar, and came up with a layout that was done by Mandy Melville from September 9th, 2019, when Shay first released back then. And so I just basically used her layout as my inspiration. And I created this one. Mine looks a little different than hers, and that's okay. And I think that's one of the things when you use another person's layout or another person's sketch, it's okay to look at their layout and go, oh, I like this element, or I want to change that element, or I don't have anything that quite matches that. So I'm going to do this instead. And I think that's perfectly fine. It's still your own layout, regardless of where the inspiration came from, and it's still going into your album, and it still has your photos. So yeah, use the inspiration wherever it comes from. And so here I have three pieces of paper that I started off with as far as I pulled an additional cardstock to this layout. I pulled the white background because it wasn't originally in the kit, so I pulled that. These two pieces of paper, the pattern papers, were in the kit, so I used those. And then this blue one here, that is my border, that I used my border punch on, that was not in the kit. So two additional pieces to my kit that I pulled in on this layout. And so I'm just going to layer them up kind of like she did in her on her layout, with the exception that I think mine are probably wider than what she had, and that's okay. I know that looks funny on my arm there. It's my hairband. It's one of those wraparound headband hairbands, so it's stuck on my arm because I pulled it off my head because it was too tight. You know, when you get to a point in the day where your headband is too tight, it's been a long day. And that's kind of where I was when I was creating this layout. It was like a weekend or something, and it had been a long week. Or it may have been a weeknight after work. I can't remember now. Um, yeah, here I am. I'm infamous for this, putting stuff down and then pulling it back up. I'm going to put that, yeah, it's an after work photo because I still have my scrubs on. I haven't even changed out of my scrubs. I just had to get into my room and scrapbook as fast as I could this day. Anywho, so I'm going to use this washi tape, and this is a Felicity Jane washi tape from a long time ago. I've had that in my stash forever. And then I'm going to use another piece of gold diagonal stripe washi tape that I've also had in my stash for a long time. And I don't remember where this one came from, and I don't have it in front of me. But it came with a backing paper. Sometimes you can leave that backing paper on there and then just glue that straight down, but you have to make sure that you secure it well on the back side of the layout. Wrap it around and secure it well so that they never come apart, because sometimes they will. I have found that putting washi tape like that that's very opaque in between the gold diagonal stripes on a white cardstock scrap will really make it pop off the page. And I don't need it to be super popping off the page. I did add in an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper to mount my photos on. The photos themselves are of my granddaughter, Zoe, and my oldest son's, his partner's daughter. And they are playing dress up. I have tons and tons and tons of dress up ball gowns and Halloween costumes and all kinds of things at my house for the girls to play with, and they are having a ball playing dress up. And you will see multiple layouts come across where I am doing these layouts because they're going into separate albums. And so here I've got that little scrap, the yellow piece, that is a scrap from a journaling card from, I want to say, Elle Studio, and it's pretty old. I've had it in my stash for over a year, maybe 2 years, as just a piece. I'm not sure how much longer it's been in there besides just having, it as a piece, but it's been in my stash as just a little bit of a piece of paper for forever. So I'm going to add in the original inspiration layout, she had 3 tag clusters in the same locations that I'm putting. And I don't remember if she had floral clusters along with it or what other embellishments she had. But because I have the little chipboard floral bits from the ephemera pack, I'm going to add those around here at each cluster. And that the word lovely is something that I punched out or die cut out a long time ago. It's a layered up die cut. And I decide, yeah, I was going to say I decided to use it and then I decided not to use it. No, I did use it. But I've had that in my stash forever. It was originally going to be part of my title. Um, but then I opted to make my title plain dress up. And so you will see I've already got my title on my rulers and I've got it where I want it. I'm going to put it up above there. And I don't remember in the inspiration layout where her title was, but that's where I've opted to put mine. And then the word lovely over to the side is one that I'm going to use. It's just a matter of where I use it. I love being able to layer up so much with these layouts, but they're simple layers, y'all. You know, just a couple little layers, but it gives the layout so much depth. Excuse me. So here I am. I'm just going around. I'm going to get my title put down. And this is usually how I do my title. I bought those fancy We Are Memory Keepers rulers, title rulers. I don't use them. They're stuck in a drawer. I might one day, but this is really how I put my titles down. I put them on the edge of my ruler. I line them up where I want them, and then I put them down. Just like this, every single time, whether they're chipboard, foam, flat letter stickers, whatever the case may be. This is how I do this. I've decided I pulled some tags out from the embellishments that I added in, but I'm going to get this word down first because I really want this word on the layout. So I put that down there. I really need to punch some more of those words out. They're so pretty. I'm pulling in my finishing touches, and that is a packet of puffy stickers that have been in my stash forever. They're quite old. They're a couple of years old from Freckled Fawn, as are the cameras, but I don't end up using yeah, I do use one camera. I needed something to bridge that little gap in there that was created when I put that word over to the side. Um, so I like that a lot better. I know you can hardly tell, but believe me, to my mind's eye, I can tell. So I'm going to put down these chipboard phrases that I pulled out. They say, my favorite people, just everyday stuff, and happy together, which really sums up. There's no need for journaling on this layout. You can tell what they're doing. They're having a good time. They're playing together and taking photos together. So they're just playing around. I'm going to use some enamel dots, and I'm also going to use some of those asterisks in that little paper cup there. It's a cupcake holder, the heavier cardstock type. I love having those for my embellishments. For smaller embellishments, it just keeps them nice and snug in there. Anyway, I'm finishing up this layout. I'm doing the finishing touches. I will have photos at the end, so stay tuned, and hopefully the glare won't be too bad on the photos. I'm really working with my new light setup and how I have things so that the glare is not quite so bad on my photos without having to invest in any um, in more stuff to create videos. Anyway, I hope this layout inspires you to get into your stash and play around and have some fun. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I would love if you would give me a thumbs up. Not necessary, not mandatory, but I would love it if you do. Also, if you haven't already subscribed and you are interested in seeing layouts made from your stash, feel free to subscribe. I love creating layouts from my stash. And so I would love for you to be able to see those when I do them. Anyway, have a great day, everyone, and stay tuned for the close ups. Bye bye.